Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Book Summary Library channel. This is Lena. Thank you for another day of hard work. Thank you so much for coming to this channel in the midst of your busy days at work and housework. Well, today, let's relax and learn about index investing, which is about letting your money sleep and increasing it. When you hear the word investment, it might seem difficult. When you hear technical terms like index investing, fund, asset allocation, your head might explode. But don't worry, with Lena, you should be able to learn in a relaxed and fun way. When you come across a difficult word, I'll explain it with a concrete example, so please listen with confidence. The book I'm introducing this time, Letting Your Money Sleep and Increase It, is a book that teaches you how to invest without much effort. It's perfect for busy working people and those who are new to investing. When it comes to investing, you might be worried that you have to keep an eye on the screen when buying and selling stocks, or that if you make a mistake, you'll lose a lot of money. But this book will help you to resolve such concerns. You may think, is it really that good that money can grow just by letting it sit? But this is the appeal of index investing. It is a way to steadily increase your assets while reducing risk by diversifying your investments across the entire market. Specifically, all you have to do is buy investment trusts linked to indices such as the Nikkei stock average and the S&P 500. This way, you don't have to check stock prices every day and you can spend your time with peace of mind. For example, when buying vegetables at the supermarket, instead of buying just one type, you can buy a vegetable pack that contains a variety of vegetables, which is nutritionally balanced and reassuring. In the same way, index investing is like buying a pack that contains stocks from various companies. So, if one company's performance is poor, the other companies will cover for it, and risk is diversified. In your busy daily life, you may think, I don't have time to think about investing. But with index investing, once you set it up at the beginning, it will automatically save you money. For example, if you save just 10,000 yen a month, it may become a large asset in a few years. Lena's friend also said at first, is it worth saving 10,000 yen? But in 10 years, you may be surprised at how much you'll have. From now on, I'll talk to you about how to start index investing, risk management to protect your assets, and the mindset to continue for a long time. Please relax and listen. 1. What is index investing? Why it's safe for beginners. Index investing may sound difficult when you hear the words alone. But it's actually a very simple investment method. Let's take our time to understand it with Lena. First of all, the index in index investing is an index that represents the movement of stock prices. For example, the Nikkei stock average and S&P 500 that you hear on the news are also respectable indexes. The Nikkei stock average represents the average stock prices of 225 representative Japanese companies, and the S&P 500 is the average stock prices of 500 American companies. So, what exactly does index investing do? It's buying investment trusts that are linked to these stock price indexes. Mutual funds are financial products that collect money from many investors and are managed by specialized professionals. For example, it may be easier to understand if you imagine a restaurant where everyone pools their money to buy vegetables and meat and a chef cooks them. The biggest attraction of index investing is that it is hassle-free. Once you buy it, all you have to do is wait. You don't have to worry about stock prices going up and down, just leave it alone. For example, Rina's friend Masa automatically saves 10,000 yen every month. Even though he is busy with work and doesn't have time to think about investing, he noticed that his assets were increasing and was smiling, saying, I'm glad I did it. Another reassuring point about index investing is that it is low risk. For example, if you buy stocks of an individual company, if that company goes under or a scandal occurs, the stock price may suddenly drop. However, index investing is diversified into hundreds or thousands of companies, so even if one company goes under, other companies will cover for you. To be more specific, when you buy a vegetable assortment pack, even if one tomato is damaged, as long as the other carrots and peppers are healthy, there is no problem overall. Diversifying your investments naturally reduces risk. And another attractive feature of index investing is that you can start with a small amount. If you try to buy regular stocks, you may need tens or hundreds of thousands of yen, but with index investing, you can start with just 100 yen. Aki, an acquaintance of Rina, started investing with a light heart, saying, "I'll try investing with the money for a cup of coffee." Even so, after a few years, she was surprised to see that her coffee expenses had increased to the amount of several cups of coffee. When you think of investing, you tend to think of moving a lot of money, but index investing can be started with a little pocket money every month. That's why even beginners to investing and people who don't know much about money can feel safe. 2. Steps to start index investing and tips for risk management. Even if you say that index investing is easy to start, when it comes to actually starting, you may be wondering, what should I do? But don't worry, if you go through it one step at a time with Lena, you will surely be able to start smoothly. The first step is to open a securities account. A securities account is like a wallet for investing. Without it, you cannot buy an index fund. Famous securities companies include Rakuten Securities and SBI Securities. Both can be easily opened with a smartphone, and they also have a lot of support for beginner investors, so you can rest assured. For example, with Rakuten Securities, you can invest with Rakuten points. It feels like a good deal to be able to invest using points accumulated from everyday shopping. Lena's friend Yuka invests a little bit every month with her Rakuten points. Since you don't have to spend new money to invest, you can continue easily. Once you open a securities account, the next step is to decide which index fund to buy. There are so many types that it may be difficult to choose, but beginners should choose the Global Stock Index Fund or the S&P 500 Index Fund. The Global Stock Index Fund allows you to diversify your investments into stocks around the world, so by buying one, you are investing in companies all over the world. It's like having delicious food from all over the world packed into one lunchbox. The S&P 500 Index Fund invests in 500 representative American companies. The American economy is stable and growing, so it is reassuring in the long term. Ken, an acquaintance of Lena, invests 10,000 yen per month in the S&P 500. At first, he was skeptical and wondered if his money would really increase, but after 5 years, he was surprised to see that his assets had increased by 1.5 times. After choosing a fund, the next step is to decide the monthly investment amount. It's okay to choose an amount that you can continue without difficulty. For example, it's good to start with 5,000 yen or 10,000 yen per month. The important thing is to continue, so save little by little within the range that does not put a strain on your life. Next, one thing you should not forget about index investing is risk management. Investments always come with risks, so be sure to take proper measures. The first point is asset diversification. If you choose a global stock fund or an S&P 500 fund, you can naturally diversify your investments, but if you want to reduce risk even further, you can also combine it with bonds. For example, if you allocate 70% stocks and 30% bonds, you can expect returns while reducing risk. Simply put, bonds are investments where you lend money to countries or companies and receive interest. While stocks go up and down like a roller coaster, bonds move slowly and are stable. Rina's friend Takashi invests in a combination of stocks and bonds, so he can stay calm even when stock prices fall. Another point of risk management is dollar cost averaging. This is a method of reducing the risk of buying at a high price by steadily investing a fixed amount every month. For example, if you invest 10,000 yen every month, you can only buy a little in months when stock prices are high, and a lot in months when stock prices are low. In the long run, you can buy at a good price on average, so it's reassuring. The key to success with index investing is to wait patiently. Don't panic if stock prices fall along the way, just wait patiently. For example, stock prices fell sharply during the Lehman shock and the Corona shock, but they recovered well afterwards, and many people actually saw their assets increase. Now you have the steps to start index investing and the tips for risk management. 3. How to prepare yourself mentally and continue index investing. Once you start index investing, the next important thing is to continue. However, when you are investing, there are times when your emotions will inevitably waver. When stock prices fall sharply or you hear on the news that the stock market is crashing, you may feel anxious and unable to sleep. But don't worry, if you prepare yourself mentally with Lena, you will be able to calmly overcome any waves that come your way. For example, when Lena's friend Naomi first started index investing, she said, "I can't help but worry about stock prices every day." She would check the stock prices on her smartphone as soon as she woke up in the morning, and if they were going down, she would be blue all day. However, when I told her that index investing is something you should look at in the long term, her way of thinking gradually changed. The key to index investing is to not be confused by short-term fluctuations. For example, if you look at stock prices over a year or two, it is common for stock prices to rise and fall significantly. However, if you look at it over a long period of time, such as 10 or 20 years, the world economy continues to grow. So, even if you feel anxious about a temporary drop, you should hold back and wait patiently. Here's an interesting example. Index investing is like growing bamboo. Bamboo hardly grows in the first few years. But after a certain period, it suddenly starts to grow rapidly. It's the same with investment. In the first few years, you may doubt whether your assets will really increase, but if you wait patiently, your assets will start to increase rapidly at a certain point. And the important thing to be prepared for is to think of a crash as an opportunity. During the Lehman shock and the Corona shock, many people stopped investing out of fear. However, those who continued to invest at that time, or even those who made additional investments, made large profits from the subsequent recovery. For example, Takaru, an acquaintance of Rina, saw the stock prices fall sharply during the Corona shock and thought, "Now is the chance," and made additional investments. As a result, his assets doubled after a few years. Of course, it's scary when the market crashes. Words like economic collapse are flying around the news, and people around you may say, "You'd better stop investing." But it's precisely at times like these that you should remember the long-term perspective of index investing. Believe that economies around the world will continue to grow, and wait patiently. Another important thing is to make investing a part of your life. Don't think of investing as something special, but continue doing it naturally, just like your monthly savings and living expenses. For example, if you set it so that when you get your salary, a certain amount is automatically invested, so you won't forget and you can continue. Lena's friend Mika thinks of investment as a gift for your future self. She continues to invest little by little every month, imagining her future self smiling and saying, "Thank you." Finally, when you feel like you're about to give up, it's also recommended to make investment buddies. If you have friends who are doing the same kind of index investing, you can exchange information and encourage each other. Lena also feels reassured by talking to her investment buddies about how her month went. The key to success in index investing is to continue slowly and without rushing. Don't worry if you get anxious along the way, Lena is always here to support you. So far, we've talked in detail about index investing. Thank you for listening to us while relaxing. Finally, let's review the important points again. Index investing is an investment method that sits and grows. There is no need to buy and sell every day like individual stocks. First, choose a fund and set up your savings, and then just leave it alone. For example, if you choose a global stock fund or an S&P 500 fund, you can diversify your investments into companies all over the world, so you can steadily increase your assets while reducing risk. And do you remember the steps to start investing? First, open a securities account and decide on the monthly savings amount. If you use Rakuten Securities or SBI Securities, you can easily start with just one smartphone. The amount of money you spend on investing is okay within your means. You can start with just the amount of a cup of coffee, so if you think, maybe I should give it a try, please give it a try. Risk management is also important. By combining stocks with bonds, you can significantly reduce the risk of investing. Also, if you use the dollar cost averaging method to invest little by little every month, you won't be confused by price fluctuations. The most important thing in index investing is to keep going. When you are investing, stock prices may fall and you may feel anxious, but don't be confused by short-term fluctuations. The world economy continues to grow in the long run. By waiting patiently, your assets will steadily increase. Now, Lena is talking like this because she wants everyone's future to be a little richer and more peaceful. The Book Summary Library channel is a place where you can learn while relaxing even if you are busy. We deliver books that are useful for investment, business, and life in an easy-to-understand and heartwarming way. Lena's dream is to become the best book explanation library in Japan and the world. I would be happy if you could feel it's fun to gain new knowledge while healing your daily fatigue. If I can help someone's life through this channel, that would be the happiest thing for Lena. You did a really good job today. By investing in your future self little by little, a wonderful future is sure to await you. It's absolutely fine, you will surely succeed. I would be very happy if you would support Lena by subscribing to the channel and giving a like. If you have any requests for books you would like me to explain, please let me know in the comments. May your future be even more brilliant. I will continue to deliver videos to you with all my heart. Thank you for listening. Good job.